Discord.
Oh, how about them? I don't know.
All right, so.
Oh, now we're on. Oh, I see it. I see it.
Yeah. Now me blowing the sickest vapes in the fucking two Virginias. Yeah. I'm helping my strep throat, dude. Little vape. No, it's like the most generic flavor. It's white. I don't like seasoning.
Oh, it's like inhalable Vicks, right? If you got the menthol.
I make my own juice. Okay. So, anyways. Oh, of course, that's what gives it all the flavor. That's only seasoning in there.
That is accurate. Yes. I was waiting for a more opportune moment to reveal that I was a honeypot, but it's the truth. I am a fed.
Dude, so for the people that don't know, our buddy Frank, his Discord server with I don't know how many thousand people in there got wiped by Discord, and anyone who was a mod in that Discord, including myself, also got their accounts fucking disabled. And it was funny, I didn't even know it was disabled until like I saw like the Gilded chat app pop up, and he's like, oh, our channel's gone. I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, let me open up Discord and see. And I open up, I'm like, oh, that's weird. I'm logged out. What the fuck's going on? And then sure as shit, I check my email, and it's like, yeah, we disabled your account because you broke terms of service or community guidelines. They said terms of service or community guidelines. I'm like, you guys don't even know. Fucking provide me an example. So it's like I gotta wait like 48 hours to do whatever, and then it's bullshit. I'll be right back. I gotta make a bottle. So continue.
What? Oh, on the Tumblr. Yeah, yeah. Um, yeah, that's unfortunate. How is it that like I never get like like okay, the most offensive thing I said was like since you like changing the subject so much, when's the last time you saw your penis without using a mirror? Okay. Yeah,
Oh, Ben is muted. Ben, check your Streamlabs and see if your mic is picking up. So it's got to be
Frank
something,
still
right?
on? Is he going late tonight?
He usually goes till 9,
Oh, he
like
does?
9 Eastern. Yeah, it's usually 2 hours.
Okay.
Well, oh,
Check
okay. No shades. Now he's trolling in the chat. Apparently, I don't know because he's like Ben is muted. I think. Doesn't tell me.
So wait, if he goes till 9, that is 40 minutes from now. If we go for a little bit after, should I like post in the chat thread there to come join us or whatever?
Let's see. So did you figure out if your mic is messed up, Benjamin? So when you look in Streamlabs, is the audio bar populating when you talk? That's what you get. See, first they come after the Discords, right? And then they come after your fucking computer settings. Next thing you know, bro, You're getting circumcised again. Again. So like,
I love
no.
the
So
story from Michael
what about
Malice about how he's so Jewish he was circumcised twice because they didn't take enough skin the first time, so they had to
Oh my
go back
god.
in.
Well, I hope
Jesus
y'all can
Christ.
hear me now. If you can, let me know. Because, yeah,
They can probably hear you now. I'm
probably.
sure. If you can see the audio bar going, you're
Yeah,
fine.
now I can. So,
Yeah, there you go.
hopefully. All right. So,
God, you're
circumcisions.
such a fucking boomer when it comes to technology.
What is you kids with your Streamlabs? Back in my day, we used Ventrilo and Xfire and
So what I'm pissed about is that I'm gonna thinking about back to this fucking Discord thing is I'm gonna have to for every server I'm server owner for what 2 or 3 servers.
uh-huh.
So if I can't get my shit reinstated, I have to wait for my account to be officially deleted, and then I have to do a transfer request to create a new owner, or all those servers get wiped too
Oh
because
boy.
there's no owner. It's a huge fucking mess. So if I by the grace of God, if I get my fucking account back, I'm creating a completely separate burner account to make owner for everything that doesn't do anything. Just maybe just comments to make sure they're active.
Matt
Just, hey,
discovers shell accounts.
I have to.
You're like
I'm
a
already
Swiss bank
circumcised.
at
I'm like
this
half
point.
Jewish.
Seriously,
Let's
yeah.
be right.
This is very Jewish
Be
right
fine.
now.
So yeah. So anyways, what's going on? Other things is West Virginia is being very based
Mhm.
with the campus carry.
Oh.
Like,
Oh,
yeah. Well,
yeah.
I
Fill us
guess it
in on
passed
that.
like what?
Fill us in on
Oh
campus
no, I
carry.
guess they were well I first found out because I was cruising Facebook and it's like they're like the regular general news like section. Sorry, I'm dying to strep people. Is no, they just have it like you can conceal carry on campuses now, right? And obviously people on the left are pissed off about it. But it
Do you
passed.
need a permit still?
No, we've had constitutional.
So,
I want to say
okay.
for some,
That
I think since
is
like 2016 or 17.
that is
I
an
can't remember.
interesting thing. So specifically, even in places that do both have constitutional and campus carry, I don't know that any of them have. Since campuses are deemed like sensitive areas, you need a permit still to carry in those areas.
Okay.
Yeah. So that would be something to look up.
Well, I think that's the point of the campus carry.
So
Yeah.
it
So a
asks
bill that would allow,
the
yeah, it would allow people with concealed carry permits to bring firearms onto state college and university campuses. Oh yeah, like so yeah, that's passed. Everything it's in what Shay, no Shay in the chat says that he'll sign it as soon as it's on his desk. So like that's a guaranteed win.
yeah.
Another state being more based.
Word.
No, I'm surprised of all the places. So Colorado has had campus carry since 2008, and they still have it. So even with all the gun laws that went in Colorado, magazine capacity bans, they removed statewide preemption, but because that only applies to local governments, e.g., your state or county, or sorry, your county or city government does not apply to the state government, which governs the University of Colorado, which is Colorado Springs, Boulder, and Denver, and I think there's a campus in Grand Junction or whatever. But of the 4 campuses, they still have campus carry to this day. So if you have a legal handgun permit for Colorado, you can carry as a student. Which one of my most famous posts on Tumblr is me saying, "I'm going to class for the last time today, and I'm carrying a loaded handgun." And it's
And you
obviously
didn't
a
get
fake
deleted? And
title.
you're trying to tell me you're not a vet?
Woof.
Just saying.
Yeah, well, like so, like that was the title of the post, and I said, and then I explained, like, oh, it's completely legal in Colorado for me to carry a loaded handgun to class, even, and it was hilarious. Even there was a shooting, like a bomb, not a bomb threat, but like a shooting threat called in at Boulder High School today, which was slightly interesting since
That was you just saying you were gonna blow up the bathroom because you were going to shit. That was common misconception. That's good because I don't know how many because Colorado's got campus carry, West Virginia's gonna have it. Like
Utah, Idaho, I think Oregon might. Let's look up.
so that'd be good. I mean, as long as like this is what I like to see like the state level just being like we're gonna fucking fortify our defenses, like the fortify the defenses of the society within the state. I guess is a good way to go about it. A lot of states are like doing like really good shit, but like also dumb shit. I'm trying to remember during like COVID when during COVID during the fake illness. What was it? I think it was South Dakota or North Dakota. That one Christy Nome or whatever her name is.
Mhm.
She was talking about. She was like we have like she was correctly saying like we have the liberty like to like freely move around. We can't lock people in their homes and shit. Basically, like I'm paraphrasing. So they didn't really do any like lockdown shit like after a certain period, right? It's like doesn't make any sense. And then there was a fucking weed bill that like passed both both their state say that like House, Senate, whatever, and it got to her and she fucking vetoed it because she's like, oh no, that's not like not a safe thing. I'm like, what the fuck was all this talk about liberty and shit? And people have the right to do whatever like what they want. You can't stop them from living their life type beat, and then you fucking veto this. Where your fucking Congress just went ahead with it. They were cool. Everyone was cool with it, and you're gonna be the bitch. Now you're the anti-freedom motherfucker. How dare you?
Women.
So
women
okay,
can't be
yeah,
chosen.
Oregon. Here's campus carry by state currently, which is Oregon, Idaho, Utah, Colorado, Kansas, Texas, Mississippi, Wisconsin, and soon to be West Virginia. All will explicitly allow campus carry. There are several states, about as many states or a little more, that have it by the discretion of individual colleges and universities. That would include Washington, Arizona, Montana, South Dakota, Minnesota, Iowa, Oklahoma, Missouri, Indiana, Kentucky, West Virginia. Used to be that way, and will soon change to no longer at the discretion of the college. Virginia, Maryland, and Delaware, and Pennsylvania, Connecticut, Rhode Island, New Hampshire, Vermont, and Maine. And then included in the states that explicitly by state law, when the concealed carry statute was enacted, I know this is the case in Wyoming, and I've been bitching about it for a long time, is that it prohibits campus carry explicitly in the state's constitutional carry statute, which was really stupid. That they didn't fucking go for it, and they could easily go for it right now. And I've talked to a couple of state legislators about it. So hopefully we fix that in the next legislative cycle, but I don't know.
Maybe
It's
if you
not a big
vote,
issue statewide because there's only one university in Wyoming. So
if you vote really hard, maybe they will fix it.
vote really hard. It also helps to just personally know your state legislature and that they're like a former member of Young Americans for Liberty and a Mises person and stuff like that. So I don't need to convince them. I just need to be like, hey,
I was thinking
do
about
it.
so everyone needs to be more like adamant about being like informed of what's going on around them in their like local, like just state and town. Don't worry about anything above, right? We talked about this plenty of times.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I had some fucking left-leaning friend of mine post on Facebook the other day. He's like, yeah, man, like I hate, like I hate my state, like Illinois, so much. And like I used to hate it for a long time because of taxes. He's like, but then I got into politics a couple years ago, and I'm like, it's right there. I'm like, I'm about to hear the coldest fucking take of my entire life, and I'm like, I'm on Tumblr a lot, so I know it's gonna be bad. But he basically was saying like, yeah, all this like LGBT shit in Florida like really makes you scared. I'm like, dude, were you planning on moving to Florida? No. But you can go to like southern Illinois, the southern part of
Are you
Illinois, and pay
planning on
less
becoming a
taxes.
teacher in
Yeah,
fucking
I
Florida?
can't groom children in Florida. Like this is ridiculous.
It's awful.
Yeah, so he's like, I don't mind paying more in taxes for my money to be wasted if I know that they're trying to do the good thing with legislation. Fine, whatever. Let that fucking state sink. in the middle of whatever, fucking just cut it off, make an earthquake or something. I don't know how deep everything is. I'm tired. But it's like it's so stupid. I'm like, you're not fucking. Your state, Illinois, is fucked up. Like with the pensions are fucked. Like everything is fucked because of just decades of shit. Like decades. You can't. Well, they do have. You can get concealed carry, and it's kind of, I don't know how much of a pain in the ass it is.
That was the feds forced them to do that though.
Yeah, good on the feds. You know what? Maybe you should think about up above state level sometimes.
Sometimes.
Yeah. So, but like, that's the thing is like, if like I've got into politics a couple years ago. Like, if you were into politics, you would understand what led to this state, like to the state being to where it is, and what they're doing with the tax money right now, and all the shit. Because like I never hear he shares like Occupy Democrats shit on his Facebook. I'm like, I know it's cold.
Did he start getting into politics around the same time he started getting into Marvel movies?
Into what?
Into Marvel movies?
Yeah, probably. I think there's a direct correlation there.
Probably, yeah.
So maybe he's also retarded. I think his wife's stupid too. I think I see a lot of these dudes like they like didn't really care, and then like they got married, and then the wife was like, "Oh my god, like leave my uterus alone. Like maybe stop fucking sacrificing children to Moloch, you dumb bitch."
Yeah, seriously, jeez.
How's that sound, you fucking asshole?
It's real easy. It's real easy.
I don't care.
To just not let deadbeats come inside you, and then to sacrifice the offspring.
I've been seeing people from Illinois,
like married women complaining about. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, married women that don't even plan on having fucking kids. Like they're already like the husband's already got a vasectomy and a fucking Nintendo Switch from the fucking bull.
Oh, fantastic.
In the relationship.
Yeah, and
like
right. You know, the bull's not using protection.
How are you friends with these people? Are you the bull? Is that what's going on?
I went to high school with them, so it's like I'm more of an acquaintance status now because, dude, I like one friend, dude. Like I stopped talking to him years ago because he like I was just like ragging on him for being like stupid politically and shit. And I was like, yeah, dude, I'm like, if you're gonna vote for these fucking warmongers and shit, just don't even talk to me anymore. Like that's the point where I got because like conversation because he was basically like, dude, you don't need a fucking gun, bro. Like you don't need a gun. You just like learn self-defense. I'm like, I don't have the time. I'm not gonna fucking go learn self-defense so I could easily pull out a fucking gun and shoot somebody.
You know what my Taekwondo master told me about self-defense, practical self-defense?
What?
Well,
buy a gun.
Yeah.
Good.
I'm a second degree black belt in Taekwondo, by the way, and actual instructor in martial arts. And I'll tell you, buy a gun, carry a gun.
I mean, it's good. Martial art, like some sort of martial arts, is good to have, right? But don't be like, oh yeah, this is my. It's like a tools in the kitchen, right?
Yeah.
Comparison. Like
everybody should participate in martial arts. I agree.
As much stuff as you can. Much stuff as you can. Get a pot, get a little steamer or something. All that shit.
I believe in the aristocratic like ideal of becoming like a warrior poet, basically. And so, yes, everybody should participate in all martial arts, including hand skills and firearms, and be proficient at killing things. That is a good skill to have, in addition to being well-read and intelligent.
Yes. I'm still working on trying to be intelligent. It's gonna take me a long time. I'm gonna be there one day, hopefully. What's this? So yeah, so I think the last point about the abortion stuff, which is funny, is that like one of these guys I know, I'm not actually friends with him. I'm friends with his brother, and it's just like one of those acquaintance ads you do or whatever. But no, like his wife that he met on Hinge, and they got married like a year after or whatever. I was like, what? I'm like, that's fine. They works for you. But they went to a concert in Illinois, and she was wearing a shirt saying no uterus, no opinion, and they posted on Facebook. I'm like, oh wow, yeah, you're gonna get a real controversial crowd out there, like in fucking Illinois, deep blue territory.
Of course,
you're very brave. Like,
she's out there on the front
lines.
where
Jussie Smollett got ambushed by
that's MAGA country,
Republicans saying that this is MAGA country.
That's what you get for being black and going out at 2 a.m. to get Subway.
Exactly.
You get fake bleach.
Well, he was out at 2 a.m. for a foot long. I don't know if it was
Like-
Subway for sure, but
That's like me. I'll wear a shirt that says like the Second Amendment's non-negotiable, and I'll go walk around here. All I'm gonna get is praise. I'm not gonna get any fucking
exactly,
pushback.
yeah. Or a shirt
Now,
that
if I
says
go
"I don't pull
into-
out." Also, just praise. Just hell yeah, brother. Like,
Yeah.
No, I'm trying to think of like in West Virginia what shirt you could wear to like piss the locals off that would still be based, and it'd be like, yeah, like wearing a Constitution has failed Lysander Spooner quote shirt would be awesome. You know,
My
I think
pronouns are officer down. That would be another good one.
What would make them the most pissed off is if I literally took a Tumblr post about abortion that I made and put it on a shirt and then walked around with it. That would do it.
That would do it.
That would do it hardcore. Like you're just evicting the child. The child dies, whatever.
Whatever.
I just get whatever to make him pissed off. So yeah, so that's my thoughts on that. I guess I have been struggling. I got a little nap today because I was struggling. I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna make it 8:15. It's like too late for me. Too late for my old man status. But I'm here. I'm queer. We're getting stuff done.
Hell yeah.
I made the very wise decision to stay up till 1:30 in the morning trying to get the best time trials in Dirt Rally 2.0, and I am officially the 257th best person in the world at a certain course with a certain car. So
Should have stopped at 3:57. I'm so proud of you.
I am tired as
Congratulations.
well. Yeah, it's a great way to spend your life.
See, I actually had my old man attack last night, and I like passed out at 9:30, just out cold. Slept till like 8 this morning, so I feel great for once.
Good for you, dude. If I make it to the end of this episode, I'm going to sleep right after. If I don't, I'm still going to sleep right after I leave. Like that's how it's gonna be.
No,
But
Oh,
I did want to talk about
yeah.
later on, but whatever. No, continue, Max. I don't interrupt you.
No, I was just you said one of those things that's just like a continuation of what you just said, but it was like a Kamala Harris moment.
yeah.
Yeah. Anyways,
When
That's
Matt
what
gets
that's what
retarded, he has the average verbal of a woman.
Yeah,
Verbiage.
dude. I slept good. I think it's just because I'm sick and I've been fucking like just working.
You've been
working
working.
at that
You've been
work-
taking
working
care of your
work.
family. You are also
Yeah,
sick. You're
taking care of
running
the
on
fucking
no
kids.
sleep.
Yeah, it's a good time.
You gotta be racist in between all of that too. Like it's.
I know it's required. I can't be like a narco-capitalist if I can't be racist. So I gotta
Exactly.
put in the hours, at least minimum 3 hours a day.
breaking government study finds that everybody opposes funding the government is racist.
Hell
Guess
yeah.
I'm racist.
They laid it out. It's science. You have
Science.
to be racist.
So we talked about all these bills that are doomed to fail. That like there's like people are fucking putting up in like Congress, like the federal and state level, like just cause to win their base back. Because what the Republicans try to do?
Republicans are
end
like,
up-
oh, we're gonna amend the income tax and like flat tax and like all that. And you're like, well, that's not gonna pass. Okay.
So speaking of state level stuff, for some reason, a new bill that's being proposed in Florida would enact a series of animal protections and guidelines, such as banning cat declawing, animal testing for cosmetics, and dogs hanging their heads out of windows. Apparently. And this is from the Democratic
Is that a big
side.
issue currently? Do a bunch of dogs get decapitated by like road signs or stuff?
I don't know. I don't know what the purpose. They're just trying to. They believe animals should have rights for some
All right,
reason.
then, I guess.
I don't understand it.
Like no animal testing, sure. Declawing, that's pretty inhumane. The dog thing, though, it's like what? How do you control that?
Dogs love to do that.
Dogs love to do that.
You want it was probably one stupid fucking chihuahua that ruined it for the rest of them.
Probably fucking chihuahuas.
Wait
Yeah.
a minute. We all know what dog breed ruined it. for
Actually,
everyone.
yeah, probably like. There's
A
too
pit
much.
bull was hanging
Yeah,
head out the window, smelled the child, and jumped out and ravaged it.
didn't even jump out. Just like the car was doing 10 miles an hour down the road, and it just bit a child that was rolling by. It was bad.
Hungry hippos, but it's for pit bulls.
Exactly.
Little toddlers on the street. Pet cemetery comes to mind. Yeah, so it's like
I love how I had to look up the stats for dog murders and how it's worse than the other stat that they always talk about.
Yeah.
You know, the 13% one.
Uh,
It's
13.
yeah.
This might be
For
13%.
dogs,
It's
only
15%.
9% of dogs are pit bulls, but you know they commit 70% of the
Ooh,
dog
wow,
murders.
that's worse. That's really bad.
70%. Wow.
Yep.
Oh,
That's
so check this shit. For this bill, dogs will be able to ride in the beds of pickup trucks, but only in a crate that is secured to the truck and is big enough for the dog to sit in, stand, and turn around. Like, I don't. So if the crate's secured, yeah, like what if you secured it, but you didn't secure it properly? And it fucking came out. You're like, oh, it was secured when I started, and the dog fucking flew out of the pickup and rolled around.
You know
Got some
what's
awful.
whack? Just a tangent about Colorado traffic law, which this seems related to, is that drivers or motorists who have like a Thule or other cargo rack secured to their vehicle are not responsible, apparently, if it comes off of your vehicle. Apparently, it's just assumed that it could.
Wow.
Yeah, so like you know, no one's at fault if like somebody's like box with their skis like flies off the top of their car when they take a turn or too fast or something like that, or they just forgot to secure the tensions correctly and just flies fucking right into your shit.
Oh, it's a skill issue, clearly. I mean,
Skill issue.
you just got to dodge, man. Like,
You should have kept your eyes on the road, not your phone.
exactly.
But
Sorry, I was driving a Tesla and I was playing like hentai babes of Japan 17. So
how is it? I haven't tried 17 yet. I'm only on 16. Just kidding. I was driving by my parents' pickup one time because I was moving and I went over a hill and like a corner of a sectional IKEA couch flew out the fucking back. And
shit.
thank fuck no one was behind me because I'm like if anyone was like because there was some guy that just turned right like
It's some Final
literally
Destination shit.
30 seconds prior had dirt on some other street and that shit had flown off and fuck I'm like you would have nailed him because I was going like 70 I think so yeah that would have been some
Excellent.
serious impact.
Excellent.
So yeah, it was good times there. So I learned after that how to properly secure shit to a pickup.
Did you, when you were strapping it down, did you pull on it twice and go, that's not going anywhere?
No, that was it. That's why.
Well, that's
I
why it
didn't
came
do that.
off. You fucked
That's
up.
it.
You had one job. One job.
Yeah, I wasn't a dad yet, dude. Now I'm a
Oh,
dad, so
now
I can do
you're
it.
dad.
I'm
Alright.
authorized legally
You're
to be able to
certified.
do that. Yeah, because no, this is like I think I don't even know how old I was. It was probably 23, so like 10 years ago, maybe, roughly. Time flies when you're drinking a lot of booze.
Mm.
Jesus Christ. Oh, we talked about that drunk driving video, like the one from I don't know, it was like the 80s when they went to go ban drunk drive, like you can't drink and drive or whatever, and all these like Southern people are like, "What, a man can't work 10 or 12-hour days, get in his pickup truck and have a beer?" I'm like, "Hell yeah, brother, I'm with you. Like you should be able to."
Mm-hmm.
And then there was some other girl, it was some mom, and her kid was in the car. And she was like, "I just think they're just infringing our liberties." I'm like, "Correct, but optics wise, can you not have the kid in the background? Just say it. You're not gonna win any hearts with that.
Who's going to open the beer while she's driving, Matt?
That's true. That is true.
If you drank and drove more, you'd know this. If you had your sons for the real reason they were made and actually utilize them.
But I you know what? I've taught Jake, the oldest. Jake knows how to grab me a beer, not to open yet. I haven't tried that because I'm afraid he'll like open and do some weird thing, slide and cut. But yeah, I gotta get them all. Get them all. Child army of beer servers.
There you
Start
go.
them small. Small. Yeah. God. So Ben,
So
what's next item?
I think it's worth noting that Montana was up until 2005 you could have an open container in your vehicle.
Mm.
Some
Which
states
this-
are weird.
This
Was
is what
the
they took
last
from us.
state to just remove the open container law, which was a shame, you know.
So Matt,
Montana also
Well-
notable. Wyoming and Montana were like the last holdouts, and it's like for the locals. Okay, why do we have speed limits?
yeah, seriously.
Period.
There's like 5 of you
literally
every square mile. It's just unnecessary.
Exactly. There's less than 5 of us per
Yeah,
square mile.
exactly.
I'll note. And so like for the roads, like does not matter to have speed limits outside of maybe like the federal highway or whatever. But like we know what speed to drive on our local roads, and what of it if I want to do a fucking rally race on
Yeah.
the fucking side road?
So what?
So what? It's
I know
my car. It's my
Tennessee, for example, is if you're driving, you can't be drinking, but your passengers can be
Ah,
Oh,
in the
see,
car.
Wyoming just undid that like 2 years ago, which is
oh.
I thought was fucking lame, right? Like, why can't my passengers be
So if you
drinking?
can't do it while driving, though, can you do it while you're like at a red light?
Yeah, get away with that.
Yeah.
No, what you do in Tennessee is that you drink, and if you're getting pulled over, you hand it to your boy. And like I wasn't drinking, it was him. Look at the alcohol; it smells like it's on your breath. It's like he must have. Well, we were kissing because that's what me and my boys do. So you talk to him about that, and then your boy instinctually wipes his lips and is like, "Yeah, dude, it's my bad." It's simple. Your bros stick together. Keep it real.
Exactly.
Because I didn't know that. Because West Virginia, it's like you cannot have an open container at all. Last I checked, it was a couple years ago. But so like when I went to visit my buddy in Tennessee, we're getting ready to go out to the bar and stuff, and he was like, "Hey man, you want a beer for the road?" I'm like, "Hell yeah, man!" And I thought we were breaking the law. I'm like, "I'm all about this." I wasn't even an anarchist yet. I was just like, "I'm all about it." And he's like, "Oh yeah, no, we could have two per each passenger, but like we can't like whoever's driving can't drink." I'm like, "Word?" I'm like, "This is legal?"
Wait, how
Hell
far
yeah,
is the
dude.
bar from your place that like you
From
can
his
down 2 beers on the way?
it was probably about 10 minutes. So
That's
we did it though. We did it.
okay.
We
Yeah,
went
they got
business.
like shotgun those bad boys. That's good. Okay,
Yeah, his wife drove, so I was very happy about that. I was like,
nice. Okay,
Yep. So it was good.
Very good.
I'm like the state of Tennessee. We drink in the car, get fucked up. It's like I don't know if Illinois is like that either, because I remember I was out for a wedding and shit. They have the party buses, but there's plenty of open fucking like alcohol containers and shit. So Illinois got to have the same type of beat as at least a couple
okay.
years ago, or they don't care.
There's probably some exemption for like commercial buses and stuff like that like the passengers qualify under a different
Yeah,
thing than like a
maybe.
passenger
I never
vehicle.
looked into it, to be honest. But that's funny.
Mm.
I just like I'm surprised the moment we didn't talk about drinking and driving that Yimmer just didn't pop in like he was
About to say,
summoned.
seriously, right?
Yeah.
Like, maybe if we start talking about like Coke and Twinks too, maybe then he'll materialize.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He'll manifest. And like but actually like he won't like connect. He'll just show up in one of your guys' houses.
Yeah.
He's like,
Right.
"Hey, I heard you guys are talking some stuff."
Like he just walks in from behind my little curtain behind me here, and he's like, "Hey guys," I'm like, "Ah."
So that would be yeah, no, Illinois sucks. Illinois sucks. I already know that. All right, so Illinois does not have anything like that. Like I mean for general purpose driving. But yeah, they must have something like if you're as you said about the bus being able to drive around like with special licensing and shit. So we need to get more
I think
states
like
like
that's
that.
true in any state. Like yeah, somehow buses like party buses are a thing,
I think as long as the party bus is just driving normally, they're fine.
Mhm. Well,
It's,
here's the thing about all laws is that you have to get fucking caught first, and usually, unless you're black, like you just don't get pulled over if you're not like fucking just doing dumb shit.
This is true.
there was a time I was committing a felony a day. I've been slacking.
You got to pump those numbers up, rookie.
I do. Well,
Yeah,
maybe twice a day because it was the same
yeah.
felony.
I thought the average for Americans was like 3. Are you sure you're not like violating some like
You know what?
Fish and
That's
Game Act of
we
the
should.
federal
Child labor laws.
I should
child
look
labor
at it
laws?
because one of them. What were those things that the? I know it was one for sure, but I think the other stuff I didn't qualify for because maybe I'm not out enough doing felony business. No, apparently this wasn't the felony. I remember a couple from that list, and this wasn't the felony that I was breaking. But with one felony you can do is that if you drive onto a post office parking lot and you have a gun on you, that is a felony.
Oh wow.
For example.
Whoops.
if you
Yeah, whoops.
what was the other? I don't know if this one was on the list or not. but
Imagine if you forgot that it's a federal building and you just walked in carrying your concealed
Oh
pistol.
no, you can't even have it in the fucking car. Apparently, if I
Yeah,
remember the
no,
law.
I'm joking because it's like
What
they don't have
what is
metal
like what?
detectors set up.
I once I tried to be a good little stooge once, and I was just like, okay, I left my handgun in my truck when I went into the post office. I still had my spare mag on me. I walked into the post office and took the letter out of my coat, and somehow my fucking spare magazine clattered onto the floor of the post office. And somehow nobody saw it. I picked that shit up and just went back into the line and was just like, all right, I'm just going to mail my letter.
Well, dude,
Lord
if you're
Towers
like
is
a
correct.
passerby and you see that shit, like, what do you do?
I see in Utah, I don't really think anybody would have reacted. I don't think anybody would have cared. But like, I had just moved here too. Like, I think I'd moved to this part of Utah. I had been here for like a month, and I was just like, "Oh shit,
Whoopsie,
whoopsie." It's great too because the town I live in, the post office is about a 5-second walk from both the fire department and the police station.
Incredible.
Oh, it's nice when one of those like we're just giving this block to the government. Period.
Literally, yeah. It's like the fire station,
City Hall,
police, City Hall,
police.
post office, bank,
that's
synagogue.
The good way to do it.
Like it's all there.
Yeah, actually, ours that block in my town is the City Hall, the sheriff's office, post office, and the Masonic Temple.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not joking.
I know you're not joking.
I'm worried about you, Maximus.
Well, I'm talking about the Masons now.
Yeah.
I've
Max,
never had.
do you have any?
How old are you again, Max?
I'm 29.
29. Okay.
So he's not 33.
29 plus 29 plus 4 is 33. We're missing one person, which makes 4. So there's 33 right down.
33.
Convoluted.
Oh,
29 plus 4 is 33. There are four quarters in a year. 29 plus 4 is 33.
Nice. Right there. Oh yeah. So is this the right article? So the top most common felonies, because what Lord Towers in the chat said, that most Americans commit 3 felonies a day, right? And the top.
Yeah, I think that was like the book that got published a few years ago.
Yeah, a lot of this stuff. It's like, I wonder, because what was that Tumblr post like about eating spiders? Like an average person eats like 7 spiders a year or something. It's like, yeah, but Johnny who eats 10 million
Spiders George eats 34
like,
spiders a day and should not be counted.
Yeah, because I'm looking at these felonies like property crimes or driving on an influence base. So Yimra would be one there. Drug abuse, disobedience, Yimra, another one. Disorderly behavior, Twin Cotter stuff. So he's definitely at 3, but like he's like the normal whatever 3. But an outlier would be like my cousin that does like all this shit. Like he's back in jail because I think he like robbed some store recently.
See, like the violent felonies are the not cool ones, right? Like the cool felonies is like shit people don't even know about, that is just arcane and bullshit.
Like I can think of an example. That dude who was like on the riverboat and he was like a pirate who would sell drugs out of his riverboat and people would come to shore and like contact him and he would sail up and go, "All right, mateys," and like sell them weed and like ecstasy and shit. And he got like arrested, and it's like, I think somebody replied with the post like, nobody should be going to jail for what are objectively funny crimes.
Yeah.
So true.
Yes, that is a case where it's just like, if I was on the jury, I'd be like, I can't convict. Just fucking
seriously, like,
well, obviously it's a drug crime, so I wouldn't convict in the first place.
But who is he hurting? Like he's just a dude with a little riverboat, and he wears an eye patch. And he goes, "Would you like an eighth?" And you go, "Yes, sir." And that's it. That's your interaction.
Didn't he have like a fucking like flintlock or something like that?
He
like,
did. He had like some black powder shit.
Incredible.
I need to get into some black powder. It seems it's like a cheap and like just fun way to like eat up a day at the range. It's just like hand loading all your rounds and
oh man,
you know.
It's just
like
I remember
you could load some marbles into a blunderbuss, just fucking like shoot some steel from 10 feet away, and you're fine. It's like
I remember some dudes like
Don't take that to the bank. But
shot like a black powder little like flintlock in the range I worked at, and like I didn't see it happen, but I just heard like the and I look and like there's this bay is just completely coated in fucking smoke. I'm like, oh fuck, what happened in here? These guys, they're just fucking laughing. Guys, is that black powder? Yeah. Oh, okay.
yeah, and all you need is charcoal and piss, and you can make it at home.
This is true.
Charcoal and piss. All right, guys, I'm gonna go.
You're gonna go
do some things. I'm gonna do some things. Now with charcoal and piss, I gotta pee, and I think I got some charcoal. Make it happen. No, I'm fading super fast. I love you guys.
Love you too, man.
Came out. I'll catch you guys later.
Love,
Peace.
love.
He's gonna die.
Yeah, that's rough when like, what is it? 3 kids or 2 kids have fucking strep
For real.
or sick. Should we call into Frank's show real quick and just like get the after party going?
Maybe, yeah. Can we do that from
I
here?
don't. Oh, he closed down the line.
Oh.
We could text him real quick. I don't know if he. He has his phone right in front of him. If I
Of
text
course he
him,
does, yeah.
he'll see.
There we go. I will be right back. Maybe.
Yo. She uses mobile phone. There we go. We're casting tonight. If you want to send. Can wish you a good night on air if you like. Okay. All right. So, okay, yeah, I can't listen to him talking at the same time while thinking out loud. He's telling a nice story about his daughter. So, anyways, what else is in the news? There was a fucking Marjorie Taylor Greene went on Hannity to talk about secession as a way to avoid civil war, and everybody took that to mean that we definitely need to have another civil war and kill as many Republicans as possible.
Oh, well, good luck with that.
Yeah, right. I also appreciated the beauty of my post today, that I like had the NPC algorithm figured out, and I said A or B. A, we'll kill you if you don't submit to our democracy, or B, you're so poor anyways that you'll just suffer without us if you leave. And immediately some guy couldn't even bother to read past A, which I put there for a deliberate reason as A. And so like I knew they wouldn't read B, and they're just like, "Oh, you're just going to be so poor after you secede that you'll starve without us."
You got the king of all NPCs after you, man.
Yeah, dude, I honestly, he needs to come on the show. We need to have an honest talk about this. The dude seems like a railway in fucking Eastern Ohio, because he gets derailed very easily. Cannot hold the topic whatsoever.
He's just some schizo IT worker from Pennsylvania.
Is he really?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, he's in Pennsylvania itself?
Yep.
So, yeah, he'll die of vinyl chloride poisoning soon anyways. That's all good. So, good luck to him. Has anybody spoken to him in a voice or video format ever from our group?
I don't think so.
Matt said that that he owed him like $50 or something like that. What's that about?
I don't know what the reason for that is, but one of the people you may know, Skylar,
it was Oxford, HB Nana. Yes, it was Oxford, yes.
Yeah. So Skylar, Cyrodiil Burns, I think, saw Oxford post a photo of himself once upon a time, but I think he's like the only person who's ever actually seen what he looks like. One of the
Okay.
few.
And I mean, what's the situation on that? Like,
I don't know. I honestly don't know.
okay, interesting. So it's one of those things, TBD,
Mm.
something like that. I would be interested to have a discussion with them. I know I was slightly rude about the penis comment, but
Oh, you were slightly well. To be fair, you were slightly rude.
he was or they were. It's a dude, right?
Pretty
It has
sure.
to be. It they were slightly you know again, I just feel like they ramble like somebody with out medication.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like this is the NBC like react that you get when somebody's like deeply invested in politics, but they can't engage with information. So like they're trying to sort you into the bin of friend or foe, and then like they can't process that you're arguing something besides the foe point of view that they know. And I mean foe both in the FOE way and the FAUX way, that like they don't understand that there can be possible other aspects to somebody's political beliefs besides the R&D biphorism. So yeah, it was fun. They were like, "Oh, you only did this because of the 2020 election." And it's like you can go on my blog. All like 10 years I've been on this website. Like I've advocated for secession. I've always
Mm-hmm.
believed in secession. I've always advocated that we should have smaller nations. We should secede from the nation federation uh, to the states, to the counties, to the cities, everything like that. We should just go back to the fucking Holy Roman Empire. Would be great. And then he has this great quip about fucking neo feudalism and shit like that. I'm like, honestly, in a property rights point of view, like the neo, if you're gonna say like feudalism's the worst shit in the world,
Mm.
I guess that's your assumption. But the Holy Roman Empire, a lot of people were a lot freer than you assume today, and they invented a whole lot more shit than that makes the world better than what we take for granted today. So, anyways,
Mm. What you're saying is that being a mid-tier systems IT administrator is not God's gift to man. That he would have done more.
yeah, is that his sincere job description? Is like,
He would talk about like how he had to get like printers set up for his floor or something like that. I don't know. It was very basic like that. It's
okay,
like,
so
oh,
like a job that somebody has that like they've been using computers versus somebody who doesn't use computers and is working in an office that mostly employs boomers still because it's like a sales office or something.
kind of sounds like that a little bit. I don't know for sure.
Huh. Okay. Yeah. Well, if you, I don't degrade anybody for finding very easy, well-paying work. You should do whatever is easiest for you that pays the highest. That is the market telling you that you're, um, you know, meant for that position,
It
basically.
should, however, pay you enough that you don't have to use public transit.
Oh, do they frequently complain about public transit?
No, but he is, likes to point figures. I remember him and I got into an argument once, and he was making fun of my job as like a retail sales guy, which got into a money argument. And then like the day later, he was like talking about like vaping on the subway was like one of like his little treasures in life. I'm just like, oh, okay,
Vaping on the subway.
vaping on
See,
the subway.
I would say that it's quite interesting that people Okay, here's the thing. Like, we all recognize like smoking's like too intrusive to do in most indoor spaces, especially if it's a public shared space. But there's like this disconnect between vaping and indoor public spaces. And I know you and Matt vape. I don't. I think Yemra vapes too, right?
Probably. It's like drinking and driving, though. Like, it's fun. It's your right.
I appreciate that, but like in a public space, such as like in a movie theater, I don't want to like I'm watching the film. I don't want to see like vapor. You know, it's not technically smoke, I guess, but like vapor, obstructing my view or
Why do
anything
you
like
hate
that. I don't want to
freedom?
smell it.
Why do you hate freedom?
I paid to be in a private space.
Well, I paid to
And
vape in this private space, so I'm going to
you
vape in this.
didn't.
I
That's
did.
not part of what the
No,
ticket
it is.
entitles you to.
That's nowhere does it say I can't vape, or that it's not entitling me to vape, so I will vape. And if it does say that, I don't follow laws. What are you, a cop? I'm not following that law.
It's not a law. It's a private property
Oh, it's a private
contract
prop.
agreement.
Then ask me to leave. Ask me to leave, and I'll blow smoke on my way out. Do it.
Okay.
I'm kidding. I don't.
Oh, you blow smoke,
Yeah,
not
I'll blow
vape?
smoke. I'll blow. Oh yeah, actual smoke. I'll just light my beard on fire like Blackbeard.
I just like I am kind of sided on the idea of like window policing, broken window policing, that like there is something about people constantly test what they can get away with. And if you allow people to like vape and smoke in public areas and like listen to like a loud beatbox on the subway train, like it's only a matter of time until they start just straight up assaulting and mugging and raping people.
So what you're saying is, if somebody vapes on a subway, they should be executed.
Yes,
All right.
That is the actual sensation internally that I feel.
That's fair.
When I see somebody vaping in an enclosed space with me in the room.
So what you're saying is Oxford comma should be executed because they vape on public transportation.
Yes.
All right, cool. All right. Oxford comma, if you should happen to watch this clip and you'd like to come on the show to defend yourself, please. We'd love to see and or hear you. That would be entertaining for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
But that'll probably never happen.
Yeah. And so AT underscore is saying, I'm only willing to inhale the weed smoke. The rest is toxic. Yeah. If you're vaping, marijuana, cannabis, if you will, don't care. Nicotine, for some reason, I have an aversion to. I think, honestly, if you were vaping leaf tobacco, just like there's the vapes. Like I used to have the magic flight box for like leaf cannabis.
Oh, the magic flight box. Good times.
You know what I'm talking about, though, right?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. The little handheld vaporizer thing.
I feel like vaping flower is so much nicer than vaping, oils or tinctures or whatever.
I used to actually have like a couple of different vaporizers I would use. I was like into it so much. It wasn't the volcano, but it was like the volcano. It was one of those like you put the herb in and it's got like a big plastic bag that inflates with like the vape smoke or vapor in it, and you just inhale from the bag. It was crazy.
Oh yeah. You could blow it into the bag and then you could just suck out of the bag whenever you wanted.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I remember that thing. There was like too many steps. This is how I feel also about coffee. Like I don't like going to somebody's place and there's too many fucking steps to making coffee in the morning. It's like I'm tired and I want caffeine. Okay? I just woke up and I want caffeine.
You see, this is why I preload my coffee maker every day. So the only thing I have to do is just serve it. Like I make it the day before, after I'm done with coffee for that day. So the next
but like I'm sorry, like okay, maybe I travel a little bit, but it's like okay. For example, my mom's horrible about this. It's like she's got like a cappuccino maker and like you've got to take like the grounds and put them in like the cup thing, and then you got to hook up the cup and you got to top up the water, and then you got to like put the thing down, and it's like that's too much fucking shit. Just give me some drip coffee. Fine. I just want drip coffee in the morning. That's all I want.
That's fair.
Like okay, maybe I'll go back for like a latte, like cappuccino shit, and steam some milk after I've already had some coffee. But that's some like post coffee.
Second coffee.
Second coffee.
I've just got a normal percolator. Like I don't do complexity with that.
Percolate. Is this like a drip coffee maker, or is it
Yeah.
like one of those cowboy coffee makers?
Oh, I wish I had a cowboy coffee maker. I should get one of those. Those are cool. But no, it's just a regular drip.
Okay, yeah, no, I respect anything where it's like you add coffee and you switch it on, or you heat it up, alternatively,
Pretty much.
and then there's water. Coffee has two ingredients: coffee and water. Okay, I don't want to like deal with like fancy like compressor shit and like slot it into a thing. French press is acceptable. I do accept a French press because it's just put the coffee in, put hard water in. Lord Towers is saying French press, and yes, I will accept a French press equal, slightly less equal than a drip coffee because I
French
have
press
to
is
physically press the coffee.
John
But
Otter says, I just chew the beans and chase it with beams.
Nice. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Have a little brandy tonight. Just gonna sweat it out like it's The Godfather.
Word. I finished off the blast with some bamboo rum. It was like, it's time to put this bottle to bed. It's the right amount. It's the right call. So I've actually, this is like day 2 off in a row I've had, because yesterday we had our little snowpocalypse. All the Jared stores and all the other stores, and I don't work at a Jared, hint hint. Shit. It's kidding. It's fine. All the Jared stores in Utah closed for the day. So I had nothing to fucking do.
Did the snowstorm fuck you guys up?
Oh yeah, dude. Like they were talking about it, and all the general managers, like, and us, like as assistant general managers, like Wednesday morning, our district manager was like, "So guys, what do we think?" And we all sent him photos of like what the weather was like, and he was just like, "Okay, stay home for the day. No, we're not opening your stores today." So yesterday was a snow day technically, and today is my normal day off. So
Nice.
Oh
yeah, you guys got hit pretty decently. I'm just watching the forecast.
Yeah.
And then I'm looking at my forecast here. There's a nice atmospheric river reaching its way up across from Southern California over the Baja, and then it's going to turn over into the Rockies. And right now is the unfortunate situation in which it's like impossible to travel. Like this is a weird situation, I think, for most people to think about. But imagine you live in a landlocked state, okay? But your city becomes an island because all the roads are closed, leaving out of it.
Yeah, that was actually kind of what was like. Life was like Tuesday night, Wednesday for us. A lot of the highways out were closed.
Yeah, now it looks like we've got a couple routes out now again. But yeah, it stopped snowing here. I think it'll clear up. They named the storm Olive. Did you realize that they started naming winter storms?
No, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, so they've named they started naming winter storms as though they're hurricanes, and is it just part of like some fucking climate propaganda?
That sounds like
By
some
the way,
climate propaganda faggotry.
I do question the idea that we are going to have just these storms are going to persist this year. Have you noticed? Okay, we live in the Mountain West. Have you noticed if it's been colder this year? This has been an exceptionally cold year in my memory.
I would say yeah. It's also been exceptionally precipitation heavy, like especially as far as snow goes. Like
Yeah.
they've been keeping track at all of like the ski resorts, and they're all reporting that like they're hitting like amounts of snow they normally don't hit until like April or like early May in a good year,
Yeah.
and they're
Yeah,
already past that mark.
I think that's pretty accurate.
Yeah.
A lot of people are discounting that last fall the Hunga Tunga Hunga
Volcano.
volcano erupted
Mm-hmm.
and ejected millions of tons of ash into our upper atmosphere. Um, Surprisingly, and I am an atmospheric scientist, there were a bunch of papers published saying that it injected an unprecedented amount of water vapor, a greenhouse gas, into the atmosphere. And it's like, really? Compared to the fucking ash and sulfur dioxide in the upper atmosphere that's blocking the sunlight now, like above the stratosphere.
Yeah, you mentioned
Um,
that. It's like cooling the Earth, actually.
yeah, no, and so like the idea that like volcanoes, there's I don't think there's ever been a volcanic eruption not associated with global cooling. Okay. And I could put up on the screen right now. Um, I could put up an article that was about um, about global warming. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, here, space.com. Let me share my screen real quick. I can do this. I know how to do this. So, can you see it?
I could see it. Yeah, sorry, I forgot I have a duty here. Ah,
I don't see it on the thing.
It's up 50 million tons of water vapor from Tonga's eruption could warm Earth for years. And now you're about to see me hit watch stream, and then there it is.
Okay. So, 8 months after the underwater volcano near Tonga erupted on January 14th, scientists were amazed, or were still analyzing the impacts of the violent blast, and discovering that it could warm the planet. Unlike every other volcanic eruption that's previously occurred, they're saying that this volcano will warm the planet. Um, Researchers calculated the eruption of Hunga Tunga Hunga Hapuapa spewed a staggering 50 million tons of water vapor into Earth's atmosphere, in addition to enormous quantities of ash and volcanic gas. The massive vapor injection increased the amount of moisture in the global stratosphere about 5% and could trigger a cycle of stratospheric cooling and surface heating, and these effects may persist in months to come. Months in the stratosphere, the lifetime of vapors is years to decades to centuries. Anyways, Tunga's eruption, which began on the 13th, 2 days later, was most powerful witnessed on Earth in decades. Blast extended for 162 miles and sent pillars of ash, steam, and gas soaring more than 12 miles into the air, according to NOAA. Big atmospheric eruptions. Ooh, that's a
Oh
cool
wow.
GIF. I like that. You can literally see the shock wave
Yeah.
of atmospheric pressure like resounding.
Wow.
So, volcanic ash in the atmosphere is going to much more cool the atmosphere than we're going to have a warming effect from the water vapor, according to any normal model, unless they're somehow saying that all the models that we've previously used to predict or understand how the 1815 eruption and the 300s eruption, the years without summers occurred, is going to play out. those models apparently are bullshit, and Krakatoa and Pinatubo were just completely bullshit
Statistical
things.
outliers. Yeah, it was HARP. It was ancient HARP. The pyramid was a weather generator.
So yeah, I think this winter has been exceptional, and I don't think it's just a El Nino oscillation. I think the volcano has been a significant impact on it, and like it's going to be years of impact like this. And this is just one eruption. We could have another in a couple of years. It could be 10 years. It could be 100 years before we have another eruption this big.
Mm-hmm.
But the volcanoes are actually in charge of the amount of carbon dioxide and sulfur dioxide and other shit in our atmosphere thing.
Do you think solar activity might have any effect on the amount of eruptions we'll have in the future?
So the sun and its activity linking to our Earth could be through a magnetic dynamo. Um, However, if you were to calculate the forces between the two, they're simply so far apart that I don't see how there could be significant effect from solar magnetic forcing to our Earth's magnetic field.
I mean, I'm sure you've been exposed to that, or you've seen that a lot. People will talk about like sunspots and like coronal mass ejections, like causing like earthquakes or seismic events on the Earth.
Yeah, I mean, you'd have to explain why, electrically charged instruments on Earth are not just floating into the air suddenly based on the amount of magnetic force that would be required to trigger earthquake or magnetic eruption or magma eruption or something like that. It's an absurd amount of force from the sun, 93 million miles away to
Dude, I would
trigger.
love, like, I hope Frank gets the skeptical observer or suspicious observer guy on, and I want you to be on, like, an episode where he comes on.
Well, okay, like before we do that, like I'd need to sit down and do the math again,
Mm-hmm.
but it's just like we know that electricity follows an inverse square law, same as gravity, and there's just no way to believe that the magnetic field of the sun is going to affect the magma flow underneath the Earth's surface 93 million miles away. Now, do we have fucking solar coronal mass ejections that will interact with the Earth's magnetosphere outside of the Earth's surface and cause aurora and other phenomena? We can get a Carrington event that is as powerful as an EMP, nuclear blast or something like that. But it's just there's no physical way possible to redirect magma and pull it out of the Earth's surface based on the sun's magnetic field. You're describing a magnetic force that's, I think, hundreds of millions of times stronger than what we actually observe. Like you can take a magnet. My phone is emitting a magnet that probably has more force on the Earth's magnetic core than the sun.
Well, all right. Again,
It's just
yeah.
inverse square law. We'll just do the math. I need to do the math to make sure, but like I could be.
I would honestly, like, have you ever checked out the Suspicious Observer channel and, like, seen any of his
Yes,
stuff?
I have, and I subscribed for a while,
Yeah.
and did listen to their stuff. I'd be interested. They they seem to do these like weekly video updates, and I tried to get back into it when you mentioned it like a few weeks ago, and it's just like it's based on all this previous knowledge, and it's like no, when you're doing science, you need to like present your complete idea from beginning to end. And so, or like for the people who weren't caught up, and like I didn't see a video that was like, oh, this is the situation that we've been dealing with for the last 6 months or 12 months in space weather or something like that. And the other thing that I don't see from them is like, where are they doing, part of being like a good observer is that with a good theory is that you make good observations for the future, and that they are testable and falsifiable predictions. And so, I'd really love to see their catalog of falsifiable observations that have come true. That'd be great.
You should honestly, like I said, check out some of their newer stuff just to see it, just because I am genuinely interested in hearing your opinion on it. And
Mm-hmm.
see, I think that'd be another good topic, like the next time we get Frank on here to discuss that stuff. Just like alternate Earth, alternate weather, just all that, I guess. Like, talk about everything, talk about flat Earth, talk about that, talk about hollow Earth, talk about whatever. I think that'd be a good episode.
Okay, somebody mentioned lithosphere is just another layer of atmosphere, which how could it be? It's made out of rock. Can't it's not gas. I don't know how to say that the lithosphere, which contains the word rock, is not part of the atmosphere, which contains gas. It's just a translation of Latin. I'm sorry. So they're saying telluric currents is an electrical current which moves underground or through the sea. Telluric currents result from both natural causes and human activity, and discrete currents interact in a complex pattern. Currents are extremely low frequency and travel over large areas or near the surface of the Earth. That the lightning strikes, atmospheric sprites, etc., are all geomagnetically induced currents. So yeah, I'd have to read a little bit more about this to make sure what they're talking about. But yeah, we can see bringing my massive magnet collection to the nearest volcano, BRB.
Excellent. Yes. Do that. Tell us what happens.
Yes, that would be awesome. No, I think we are seeing an exceptional period of solar activity, and we are looking at the potential for geostorm, right? Like we had the earthquakes in Turkey just happened, right? And killed tens of thousands of people. And there could be more stuff on the way, because usually when a lot of stuff is moving up in a convective current of magma within the Earth's surface due to mechanical forcing of the heat, not due to magnetic fields.
There's more than one incident.
More than one incidence of what?
You said there was going to be like more than one.
Yes,
area.
I expect that there will be more eruptions over the next few years that are large or record-setting.
California, here's hoping.
Yeah, here's hoping to California just splitting off into the ocean. Even though I'm heading there in 2 days.
I mean, after you go, once
but
you're
I'm going to the mountains. I'm going to
You're
the place
fine.
where it's going to split off. I'm going to the new coastline. So.
Exactly. You're going to have beachfront property.
Perfect.
Well, anything else we want to touch on?
No, I would love to do with suspicious observers like critique sometime and like dive into that. Maybe that's just like a you and me episode, because I don't know if Matt and Yimra are too into that stuff.
I mean, Yimra would just be along for it if he can like get himself together long enough to come onto the podcast. Apparently right now he's dying of
working a 6-figure job, doing construction work, and just absorbing.
He's in his element. He's Italian. He does construction. He makes as much money as I do. Like yeah.
Yeah, he's got a union job, and I'm sure they.
Yimra, listen, you have some pasta with some nice red sauce, and you'll be fine.
Yeah, actually that's my tomorrow job.
Your tomorrow job?
What?
You said tomorrow job?
What? I don't know that I said that.
What was the last? Sorry, hold on. What was the last thing you said? You're like, oh, this is my something something. Did I just stroke out?
No, I'm having a stroke too. I think we just simultaneously had a stroke.
Oh, that's okay. That happens. We'll just pretend this didn't happen. And
Yeah.
we're talking about you eating red sauce. Holy crap.
Oh yeah, tomorrow I'm gonna make a red sauce.
Tomorrow I'm gonna make a red sauce. Okay, all
Yeah,
right.
so like arrabbiata,
Ooh,
like a spicy. Yeah.
well done. Sounds good. Well, on
All
that
right.
note,
Love you all, and have a good one.
ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us as always.
Taxation is
Taxation is
theft.
theft.